I'm excited to talk about this next recipe because there was not a pecan in the world that I could say I liked before this recipe. I didn't like pecan pie. I didn't like pecans on salads. I didn't like pecans on cheese balls. I just didn't like pecans. And I was visiting a friend of mine named Sarah in Texas, and I was starving, and she had someone bring out some nuts, and I ate it, and I said, what is this? It is one of the best things I've eaten as far as nuts. And she said, they're called glass nuts, which are pecans that are kind of candied. Well, I asked the chef that was there if he would be willing to share with me how he did it. So he did. And once I found out that my new son-in-law loved pecans, I thought, perfect treat to send him home back to Chicago with when he leaves our house. So I'm going to have Audrey come in, one of my daughters, who's going to help me do it because it's kind of a two-man project in some respects. And Audrey, all right. And I'm going to teach her in the process because she hasn't done it either. Hey, girl.
Hi.
How are you? So Audrey's in from school as well. In fact, she takes the train back tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Avery and Zach head home tonight. So we have the crew here just basically this weekend, and we're doing everything we can to celebrate and do our traditions. So here we go. What goes in this recipe is pecans, avocado oil, powdered sugar, water. I mean, it's that simple. You start out by this. Let me walk you through this. All right. You boil pecans. Just take a big bag of pecans in salt water. You boil them for about 4 minutes. And what this does is it blanches the pecans and it takes some of the bitterness out. Audrey's going to go ahead
and start scooping them out of the salt water after they've been boiled.
So they've been boiling for about 4 minutes. And again, that's a necessary part of this process. As she pulls this out, I am going to get a container like this with powdered sugar. Throw in, I've made a lot because we're going to be giving some of this away. So a couple of cups of powdered sugar in here. Excuse this mess that I'm already making. While we're doing this, I have avocado in a pan at high heat getting ready to boil. It's going to be frying these pecans very rapidly. But the next process here, all right, can you pour about half of that in here?
Yes.
You got it. All right, stop. Now, do me a favor.
I'm going to shake it?
Yeah. Shake this as hard as you can. Get them all covered. I'm going to wipe this up. I am telling you, if you eat these, you can serve these at all your holiday parties. You can take them, wrap them up in fun paper if you're needing a hostess gift, but they are so good, I promise. And I'm telling you, I don't like pecans.
It was funny because honestly, almost no one in our family likes
Nobody
pecans.
likes pecans, and yet
I had never tried one before she made these because honestly they're kind of scary. But now we all love them.
Scary.
Well, and now I've opened them. Now I've tried other pecans and they're really good.
Okay, so you've shaken them. Now I want you to take these. Grab one of the big spoons.
Okay.
Hang on, because he's going to come around that way. And start just ladling them in there and letting them fry.
How much?
Now we're going to let them fry for about 5 to 8 minutes.
How much of it should I? Just so
Just
it covers
fill
the bottom?
Just fill it.
Okay.
All right, let's start with that so it has room.
To be covered by the
5
oil.
to 8 minutes. And the timing begins now. What I've done, as those are cooking for 5 to 7 minutes, is I've gotten something. I don't have a cooling rack per se, but I've gotten this used for grilling, because what we're going to do is put all the almonds or the pecans in here, and I put some paper towels on top of a board that'll absorb some of the grease as it drops. But this just helps
to strain it out.
To strain all of it out, yeah. So Sarah and I were sitting there, and dinner wasn't going to be for a long time, and she had these nuts sitting out, and I was like,
That's been really desperate.
I was really desperate. And so I was like, I'll try one. And I'm telling you, within 5 minutes, I had eaten her whole bowl. I was so embarrassed. And she was like, oh, don't worry, I'll refill it. So she refills the bowl, and I proceeded to literally eat her out of house and home of these. They were so good. They're crunchy, they're candied, and
they're not too
they're
sugary
not
and sweet.
too sugary, because
Like,
you and I don't like sugary sweet.
Like like, we've had the ones from Costco where it's like the container of like candied pecans, and they're just like covered in like brown sugar and stuff, which like can be good, but these are lighter.
No.
So
And this is one of those daughters of mine that is helping encourage me. Not that I'm relatively healthy.
You're good.
I'm really good, but she's gotten much more into eating healthy. And less sugar, making sure the oils are the right oils. So that's why today we are using avocado oil. Although that's how the chef told me to use it. So
oh, really?
all good. Yeah, he did.
Avocado is good because it doesn't have distinct flavor like olive oil does. So you
Olive
can't
oil has a
necessarily
distinct
use
flavor, and vegetable oil isn't really good for you.
Isn't really good for you, or just
It's bad for you. All right, now you don't want to cook these too long because you don't want them to burn, but you do want them to get to the point where they're just crispy. So I'm guessing we have about 1 to 2 minutes left. So what kind of things do you want to take back to school with you that we've made over the holidays?
Oh gosh, well, I'm taking almond roca back.
Almond
for
roca.
sure.
Almond roca is another one of our family traditions, and Bob and I made 10 trays of it. It's like an English toffee.
It's so good. That
Yeah.
peppermint bark.
Peppermint.
Francesca also loves peppermint bark.
So Audrey and I made some peppermint bark the other day with some dark chocolate, peppermint candy, white
little bit of white,
chocolate.
yeah.
Okay.
And I love peppermint, so that'll be the top of my list. Honestly, probably some of these.
Yep.
These are gonna be so
And
good.
then you're back in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
All right. All right, let's give it 1 more minute, and we're going to strain them out onto this. All right, there you go.
Why is it doing that?
It's because it's wet with the water. Try not to layer them. Try to get them all.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you wanted more of the oil.
All right, she's going to start the next batch. I'm literally going to just.
Or we
make
gotta
it
shake them
pretty.
in the.
Did you already shake those? No. Yeah, then here. But I am just going to sprinkle a little bit of powdered sugar on these just to make them pretty. As soon as these cool, I'm telling you, you are going to love them. You're even going to crave them, and you might eat them when you wake up in the morning.